16 jaar was ze pas toen ze debuteerde. Dat was in 2003 met haar album The Soul Sessions. Inmiddels heeft ze 2 kinderen, maar is haar podium nog steeds helemaal haar thuis. En op dit moment is ze op promotietour voor haar live album 20 Years of Soul. Naast mij zit Joss Stone. Joss.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, it's so rainy in Rotterdam. I'm really sorry for that.
That's okay. Makes me feel at home.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah.
It's just like England,
Just
right?
like England.
Yeah, just like
it
England.
washes everything clean.
Yeah.
And then when it's done, it's fresh. Whew.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It
Or
is.
not.
Yeah, or not. But
Or
then
even
we'll wait
worse.
for summer. Yeah. So you arrived here today in Rotterdam. What is your life like touring around?
Gosh. You know what? I sort of live for the gig a bit.
Yeah.
I just, I'm on the bus. I live on the bus.
You live in the bus?
Pretty much. Yeah. Today I'm going to sleep in a hotel, but I usually just sleep on the bus.
Yeah,
and I just wake up, have my cup of tea, do my warm-ups, go into the venue, do my warm-ups again, do a gig,
Yeah.
get back on the bus, go to sleep, wake up, get in the venue, do my gig, go back on the bus, go to sleep. That's my life.
So what is special about that?
The music.
Yeah.
The gig. The gig is the only special thing about
It's
that.
the only thing you live for.
Yeah,
almost.
I really love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really magic. It really is, because you spend a lot of time writing songs and producing and making things and sort of like thinking long and hard about what you're doing. And it's like a labor of love. And then when you bring it to the audience, you realize why you did all that.
Yeah.
It's like they feel it, you know, and it's sort of like it's like a circle, you know. It finally is, the circle is complete, because that's the point. It's so we can share those feelings and do it together. It's a team effort, really. It's not just us, it's a team. So
It's a team,
I
it's
do
your
like
audience. That's a big compliment to the audience as well, that they really hear you, they see you.
that. Yeah. Without them, what's the point?
Yeah, I know.
Truly,
I
what's
know.
the point? Otherwise, it's just for yourself.
Yeah.
And I guess some people do that too. There's a lot of beautiful artists out there that are just like, I do it because I love it and it's for me and that's great. I'm just not. I do it because they love it.
Yeah. And you,
Otherwise, I'd be at home cuddling my 2-year-old and just be like, you know, I don't know, throwing flour across the room with little Shaq and Violet. That's really what I'd be doing.
right. So let's go back in time a little bit, because you were 16. Did you already have that feeling when you were 16 that you had to give something to the audience?
You know, it's funny. When I think back, like right back to the beginning, I felt like this is even before I did I did a little sing song when I was about 13 on TV, which ended up getting me the job. I did that because my dad sold our family horse. So we had a horse for about a year that I was in love with. I wanted to be a vet more than I wanted to be a singer.
Oh, seriously?
All I wanted to do was look after animals.
Yeah.
And I loved music, great. But I just loved animals so much. And my mum told me, she said, Jossie, honey, you know that if you're a vet, you have to go to school for 7 years after you finish school. And I was like, fuck that.
Like that.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So that was off the cards. But so we had a horse. Then my parents realised we can't afford to have a horse. They're very expensive. So he sort of sat me down and explained that this is why we can't have Freddy, is because it's expensive and Daddy has to go to work and Mummy has to, you know.
Yeah.
So I got it in my mind, I need a job.
When you were?
12. I need a job.
That's not the age, right?
Well,
That's
I mean,
not the age. You
is
need a
it-
job.
At the time I did,
Yeah.
because I was like, I lost my bloody horse.
Yeah.
So it was more of like a focus. I need to get my horse back. And I wasn't academic. I could sing. And I thought, oh, well, people do that for a job. So I wasn't thinking about the audience at that time. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about, what can I do? What's really like an easy thing for me to do? And singing was easy for me.
Yeah.
It just flows. It's just like, oh, why can't everyone do this? You know, it's silly really, but so I did that for a job.
Yeah, but it's really strange because I'm the audience, right?
Right.
You blew us away.
Ah,
Me.
when I was little. I was
when you were
terrible
little.
when I was little. It's so funny. I think I was a little bit of a freak show when I was younger.
Do you really think of yourself like that now?
Yeah. No, not now, but when I was younger, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was so young. And the music I was listening to, I think maybe just took me down a route that to me was normal. Yeah. It was soul music. I didn't know it was called soul music. I just listened to what I listened to. Mm-hmm. I never put anything in boxes. I just, you replay stuff that you like. So
yeah,
that's what I did.
Your dad gave music to you, actually, right? In a way, or not?
So my dad would love to hear you say that.
Yeah.
That would be like his favorite thing to hear you say.
But
so in my house, we had my mum's like favorite choices, I suppose, would have been like a lot of female voices. But they shared. My mum and dad both shared.
Oh, right.
So mum would be like Whitney Houston, Melissa Etheridge, Anita Baker type thing. Yeah, right. And my dad also loved that too. But he also was about James Brown and Solomon Burke and Devo and Linton Kwesi Johnson. And, so there was a good
mixture.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think you are what you eat. And my sister, she was into pop, super duper pop, like Boyzone.
Yeah.
And my brother Harry liked Offspring and Sum 41. And my eldest brother Dan liked a lot of hip hop.
It's everything.
It's everything.
And you... So. It came to you and you sucked it up like a sponge or
I
something.
just liked what I like. Yeah, I like Gladys Knight. My uncle actually gave me a Gladys Knight CD when I was like 11. Yeah. And I had like Gladys Knight, Greatest Hits, Enya, Paint the Sky with Stars, and Aretha Franklin. Yeah. And I was like, those were my 3 records I just loved.
So now you are still blessed with your voice.
Yeah.
And you still make your own music, right? Mm-hmm, and you've been traveling and touring all the time. A lot has been changed, right? Because there's countries you've done this big world tour, and there's countries at the moment where you cannot even go to anymore. What is that like to look back on that tour?
I don't think I believe that.
No.
Why
not?
I think that I was told that at the beginning of the Total World Tour as well. So now it's not different. It's just another day, same shit, different day. Mm. So at that time, people were like, there are countries that you cannot go to. And my friend Paul, who's a war journalist, one of my best friends, he was like, Joss, if there are people there, you can go.
All right.
There's lots of different ways you can go.
Yeah.
You can go illegally, better to go legally. But
and
there are ways
with peace with you, right?
With peace with you, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So even the country that we were deported from, we went. We stayed in a hotel that night, And I'm sure I can go back. I just need to kind of put the effort forward, put your best foot forward. It's about how much do you want to go? Why do you want to go? You have to call the embassy. And if they're going to be difficult, you call someone else, call a fixer, get online, do what you got to do. If you really, 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 really want to be somewhere, you can be there. Yeah.
Would you do it now again?
No, I have children now. I'm good.
Okay.
I needed to do it before the children because it is dangerous. Let's be real. I'm telling you can go. Yeah. I'm not telling you that you won't get shot when you get there. But I think it's best to be safer when you have children. I need to be safer because I got my babies to live for,
So how do you combine your career with being a mother?
Oh, I just do less.
Yeah.
I think I just do less. So my touring period, this is the first one I've been fully away from my babies. I've been away from them for, especially my youngest, for like 2 days. And this is 2 weeks. So 2 weeks sounds like nothing.
Can I ask you
to me, that's a lot.
Do you miss them?
Yeah, I do miss them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the most fun to be away from them because they're so little, Yeah. And to them, 2 weeks is a long, long time. So when I was on the world tour, I had my dogs at home, which were like my babies. Yeah. So I took these big tours that I would do and I shrunk them down to 3 weeks. I was like, I'll do 3 weeks because my Rottweiler used to miss me. She used to cry and get all upset. Yeah. She didn't like it. The other dogs didn't give a shit. But she, for some reason, was just like different when I went. So I was like, okay, we can do only 3 weeks. But now I've got my real babies. I'm like, so this year we only have 4 2-week tours. That's it.
It's perfect,
it's really,
right? Yeah. Maybe you can...
I feel like I'm underworking, but I can do work at home. I can do phone. I can do interviews. I can write songs. I can do stuff at home.
And you did so many gigs that you made an album of it. How did you do that? Because I mean, if you do so many gigs, how do you know? All right, this one I'm gonna record. This one I'm gonna pick for the album.
Okay, yeah. So it's not about like how many there are. It's about how good they are.
Yeah, of course, but
so,
you don't know that when you start.
No, and if it was crap, I wouldn't have put it out.
No, true.
So it's like we sort of played with this band that we loved last year. It's actually a slightly different setup this year, and we just thought, this is really vibing. Yeah. So Chris is pressing record the whole time. Right. He records all of it. And has been doing for years, by the way. This isn't the first time we've recorded it. No. It's the first time that we've actually put it out. So I asked the fans online, which is like my new favourite thing to do, is ask them, what do you want? What do you want? And they said, we want a live album. And instead of saying, absolutely, sure, we'll do one, because that's pressure, I was like, okay, I'll just keep that in mind. And if it's good, then I'll make one. And it was great. So... I just listened to the gigs that he recorded. I just spent a little bit of time going, I like that one from that show. I like that one from that show. And then Chris mixed it and it's lovely.
And when do you like yourself or the gig?
When it's good.
Yeah, but when is it good enough for you, for Just Tone?
I think when the audience like it,
all right.
That's important. Yeah. So if they're feeling it, everything is good. Yeah. If they're feeling it, that's great. But sometimes they're feeling it no matter what, and I'm wrong. And some things I've just sang that completely wrong. Like maybe it's off tuning wise, which is like my worst nightmare. I hate that so much. So maybe there's that going on, or maybe my voice is just tired, so I couldn't sing the things I really wanted to sing, because there's so many options. You can sing a song 1,000 different ways, but there's a way that I want to sing it, So all those stars have to align. Because sometimes audiences are just nice no matter what you do. Yeah. Even if you mess the lyrics up, they'd be like, yay, they're on your team. And sometimes they're just really boring and give you nothing.
Yeah.
You don't know if they like it.
It's sometimes difficult. It must be difficult to look your audience in the eye sometimes.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So what about North Sea Jazz? It's not your first time, of course.
No, not my first time. No. I came here a little while ago to see Gladys Knight sing.
Oh, wow.
I actually came as a punter to see her, and I thought that was amazing. She's my favourite. I heard some rumour that she wasn't going to sing anymore after it. So me and my sister came in. We were like, we're going to go see her because she's like the queen. I love her so much. So that's a special memory for me from North Sea Jazz.
Yeah, that's really... For me, it's kind of crazy that you just remind someone else and not one of your own.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. It's also a compliment. All right, we're going to finish this up, this interview, and I have a few sentences I want you to finish.
Okay.
All right. My biggest inspiration is. Are.
I suppose my mum and dad. They must be.
Of course.
I mean, they made me.
When I'm on stage, I feel...
terrified.
Seriously.
For the beginning. And then elated halfway through.
Halfway through? I was going to ask how many seconds, but...
No. It takes a couple songs.
Okay. Yeah. I always perform without my shoes because...
I don't want to fall over.
If I could travel in time, I would go back... or forward to the year?
Oh, that's a good one. I guess to the 60s. Probably the 60s would be good because then you'd get the 70s disco as well. Yeah.
When I go to the Netherlands, I always
go to a cafe. I'm not going to do it this time because I'm touring. I'll have do you know what I love is those waffles?
Stroopwafels.
Yeah, that you put on top of the tea.
I knew I should have brought them.
I really love those.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't bring them.
Don't worry, I'm sure I can get some outside.
All right. Yeah. If I have to choose between the United States and England.
Oh, to live?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's so tough. I love the United States. I think it's such an amazing part of this planet. But England has my family, so I got to choose my family over the fun.
I wish my children to become
Happy. I want them to be happy.
Jill Stone, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Those are good questions. I had to really think.
NPO Radio 2.